Hi guys. This is out of my comfort zone, so prepare for oddness, I guess. But I just wanted to educate people on my experience and what I've been through over the last almost 4 years. I had a baby in December of 2012. He's 6 now. He just turned 6. After I had him, I got an IUD because his dad wasn't a very supportive or loyal partner at all. And so I got the IUD to prevent further pregnancies. I was pretty set on not having any more kids because I couldn't see myself staying with him. So I'm like, why would I want to bring more kids into that? Like, it's not right. It's not right for my son. It's not right for me. It's not right for him. So I got that, and I didn't know the risk. I knew that some things could happen, but I'm like, what are the odds of that? And my son was about probably 16 months old. I met an amazing guy, and we actually went to middle school and high school together, and he just swept in and saved us, basically. I didn't ever think I'd find someone like him. And then, of course, he asked me to marry him about 6 to 8 months before we got married. I was like, you know what? Let's get the IUD removed. Paragard is what it was. Let's get it removed, and we want kids. We'll stay off birth control for a while, and by the time we get married, I'll be good. I should be fine. I just want my body to adjust without having it. And I was about 120 pounds then. I was super skinny. I was an Army veteran. I'd always been skinny. And then immediately after removing the Paragard, I started gaining weight. I started getting acne. As you can see, it's pretty bad. Like, this is 3-4 years later. I've tried everything. I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't give it much thought. I was like, okay, I'm happy. I'm just getting fat. That wasn't it. But we didn't know that until almost a year later. And I was diagnosed with PCOS. But I also since I had the Paragard and everything, the doctor was like, okay, let's do an HSG and see where we are with that. So I did the HSG, and it was extremely painful. I was like, this isn't normal. I don't think it should hurt like this. And lo and behold, I had a blocked tube. And the doctor said that I had a 10% or less chance of conceiving. And my husband's sperm count is also about 2/3 of what it should be, which isn't horrible. They called it low range normal. And they told us that with IVF, it would work. Like, we'd have a baby with IVF. And we held off on that because I don't like chemicals. I don't like big pharma. I don't like the medications in IVF. I don't like what they do to your body. Like, it's not okay. Like, it's just not. You are at such a higher risk of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, everything like that with the not birth control, with the IVF drugs, IUI drugs too, Clomid, everything like that. I was like, I can't put my body through that. It's just, So I went to other doctors, there's surgeries, there's other options. And I was like, why isn't this working? I went to 5 doctors. And a couple weeks ago, I'll go back further, a few months ago, I finally decided to try the Chinese teas that I hear about. I can't even pronounce them, but I can put a link in the description. These teas were about $20 altogether. Like, I can do another video later or add to this one about those teas and my experience with them. I also did Doctor's Best High Potency SERRAPEPTASE for about a month. I stopped doing it because I ran out, and I just haven't ordered more. And I was like, let's try this, see what happens. And so that's where I am with that. And I ran the teas as well. I took those for about 15 days. And the T's, for the first 6 days or so, it hurt. Like, there was like a little bit of discomfort in the left side where my tube was blocked, but after about that long, it went away. And that was, I have a chart. I stopped taking it on January 31st, and the pain stopped on the 25th. So I took it about 6 days after the pain stopped. It wasn't that bad pain. It was just like cramping, like in that tube. You know, like where when I ovulate, I get that pain. But here lately, I haven't been ovulating either. So I started taking more medicine for that. Like, I'm a natural person. Like, I don't like chemicals. I don't like Monsanto, Big Pharma, all that stuff. But for the ovulation issues, I take VITEX. I don't know if you can see that. Chastaberry. This one I got on Amazon for about $15. And there's 320 in it, which lasts a good while because I take one 3 times a day. You can see I've been taking it for about a week, and you can see there's 10 left. I'm so excited. The other bottles didn't last any time at all. Took them for a while. And I take Fertilate that I got from my local health food store because I'm regular there, and CoQ10, which I read helps with egg quality and stuff like that. I started taking the SERRAPEPTASE and stuff again. Not SERRAPEPTASE, the VITEX and the other stuff. I started taking that on the 31st as well. Well, I stopped taking the soy and everything on the 30th, and I started the 31st of January with this. And here we are, February 5th. So about 6 days. I've been having a little bit of discomfort in my left side for 3 or 4 days, so it makes me wonder if the blockage is still there. And I got really discouraged with it. I called my fertility specialist, and I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to ruin their reputation for just how they treated me, because that might not be the case for everybody. Everybody's case is different. But I felt very, well, I called them and I was like, I want to know more. Like, I can't remember what tube was blocked. I couldn't remember, how the other one looked. I couldn't remember anything. It's been 3 years since we did all that. So I called them, and they're kind and sent me my file. And in it explained that I didn't just have a blocked tube, I had Hydrosalpinx, which, if you're not familiar with that, it's a fluid in the blockage. It's a toxic fluid in the fallopian tube that makes it impossible, if not extremely rare, for embryos to be able to implant with that, because the fluid leaks into the uterus and it's toxic to embryos. My fertility doctor didn't tell me that. He just told me I had a blockage and that there was a 70 to 80% chance that IVF would work fine. But it won't. Like, it just won't. And that explains it, because I have one tube that's not blocked. And I was like, it's been 3 years. Why has it not worked with just one tube? I never understood until yesterday when I read it. And it's because I have Hydrosalpinx. Like, it doesn't matter if just an unblocked tube. It's not going to work if that's leaking. And so I feel quite lost again. Like, I don't know where to go from here. There's pretty much my only option is to have that tube removed if it's still there, which I'm not gonna try that. I don't really want to find out, because that HSG was about $1,600, and I'm like, why would I pay for that again for there to be the same result? Like, it's just really frustrating. And my husband has no biological children. He's a great dad to my son. His dad's not around. He hasn't been in years. And I feel guilty. And I feel like I'm cheating my husband out of having a kid of his own because of my condition that could have been prevented with the right education that I didn't seek before. Now I question everything. Like, I research everything because you don't know what the consequences are going to hold. And it's just really frustrating. And I had a vent because, you know, people that see this might not think there's others out there, but you're not alone. You're not alone at all. Like, it happens. I just feel lost. If anybody out there knows what this is like, comment below, okay? Tell your stories. Tell what helped you. Like, did you beat Hydrosalpinx? Are you still fighting? Like, what have you done? What have your doctors told you to do? Like I said, I've been to 5 doctors, and none of them told me I had Hydrosalpinx, but it was on my record. And none of them told me that I also read on my record yesterday that I have a misshapen uterus. None of them ever told me that. After 1 miscarriage when I was 17, 1 birth at 21, and now infertility testing at 23, and now I'm 27, and I've never known I had Hydrosalpinx or a misshapen uterus. And a misshapen uterus can cause miscarriage and premature birth. I had a miscarriage, and I gave birth to my son at 35 weeks. I would have been better prepared if I knew that. It's not okay for doctors to treat people that way. You know, I'm in Indiana, and I feel like the resources for us aren't here, and it's just not good enough. You know, we can do better as people, you know, as humans. I don't know where to start. So, you know, I'm gonna keep posting videos about this because this isn't it. You know, I'm gonna show you guys all the medicines I take. I'm actually sitting in the carpool lane right now picking up my son from school. But I will make a follow-up video and show you the stuff I took for my tubes, and I'll tell you more about the stuff I'm currently taking to help, and castor oil packs. I'm going to tell you a little bit about those too. But if you want to know more, subscribe, and hopefully I don't lose hope. And kind of have. My husband did years ago, but I kind of have. I'm gonna post more. I want to try to help others. I mean, that's all you can do, right? Teach people from your experience. So, like, comment with your experiences, and subscribe if you want to see more of this. My sadness, I guess. So, alright. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.